The worst panic attack I ever had. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Zachy, and today I want to open up about something deeply personal. Something that completely shook me and changed the way I think about mental health. I'm sharing the story of the worst panic attack I've ever had. And when I say worst, I mean terrifying, disorienting, and honestly kind of life-changing. This isn't going to be one of those polished, pretty stories. This is raw. It's real. And I hope that by sharing it, someone out there feels a little less alone. So grab a coffee or tea, settle in, and let's talk about the time I truly thought I was dying, but wasn't. So this all went down a few years ago on a random Tuesday. I remember because Tuesdays were my designated catch-up days. You know, the ones where you're just trying to handle everything you didn't get to the rest of the week? Emails, appointments, bills, all of it. I had a full to-do list, and I'd already downed at least 3 cups of coffee without any food. Not great, I know. Everything felt hectic. Every time I checked something off the list, 2 more things popped up. My stress levels were already high, but I just kept pushing through like I always did. No breaks. No real awareness of what my body was trying to tell me. And then, without warning, my system just snapped. Around 3 p.m., I started noticing some strange sensations. My heart was racing, but I hadn't moved. My breathing felt shallow, almost like I couldn't take a full breath. At first, I brushed it off as caffeine or fatigue. You know, when you kind of pause and think, that's weird, but then just keep working? That's exactly what I did. But within a few minutes, it went from mildly concerning to full-blown terrifying. Out of nowhere, this wave of pure panic hit me. Not nervousness, not worry, like impending doom. My chest tightened like a vice. My throat felt like it was closing. My fingers and toes started tingling. And my brain was screaming, "This is it. You're dying." I stood up, panicked. I couldn't stay still. My heart was beating so fast I could hear in my ears. I stumbled to the bathroom, splashed cold water on my face, and looked at myself in the mirror, and I didn't even recognize the person staring back. My face was pale. I looked terrified. And I really, truly believed I was having a heart attack. Every second felt like a lifetime. I tried deep breaths. I tried pacing, but nothing helped. My body was on total red alert, like it was trying to escape danger that didn't even exist. I grabbed my phone and shakily called a friend, not even sure what I'd say, and all I could get out was, "I think I need to go to the hospital." That phone call may have been one of the most important moments of my life. My friend, in freak out, didn't brush me off. He just stayed calm and talked to me in a steady voice, helping me focus on breathing. Slowly, minute by minute, the panic began to ease. Not disappear, just soften. It felt like coming back into my body after floating in a nightmare. I sat on the floor of my living room for a while, completely exhausted and honestly confused. What just happened? Why did I feel like I'd been fighting for my life? That's when it hit me. That wasn't just anxiety. That was a panic attack. And it wasn't the first I'd had, but it was by far the worst. In the days and weeks after, I wasn't the same. Even though the attack had ended, I felt like a shadow of myself. Everything suddenly became a potential trigger. Going to the store felt overwhelming. Crowded spaces made my skin crawl. I was constantly on edge, waiting for the next one. And that's one of the scariest things about panic disorder. It's not just the attack itself. It's the fear of the next one, the hyper-awareness, the avoidance. I stopped doing things I loved just to feel safe. But the truth? I didn't feel safe anywhere, not even in my own head. That terrifying day forced me to get serious about my mental health. I knew I couldn't keep pretending I had it all together. So I started therapy. It wasn't easy at first. Sitting in a room and talking about my brain felt strange, but it helped. I learned how to recognize my patterns, how to separate the fear from facts. I discovered techniques like cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, grounding exercises, and breathing strategies that actually worked. And maybe the biggest thing I learned was that what I was experiencing wasn't rare. I just wasn't talking about it. Let me tell you something I wish I had known sooner. Panic attacks feel like you're dying, but they aren't physically harmful. Your body's stress response is going haywire. Your fight or flight mode is triggered when there's no actual danger. It's like your mind sets off a fire alarm for burnt toast. The physical symptoms are intense: rapid heart rate, dizziness, chest pain, and they're real. But you are not in danger. That distinction is so hard to believe in the moment. But once you start to understand it, it gives you a bit of your power back. I still have anxiety. I still have days where my heart races and my thoughts spiral. But I've learned how to ride the wave instead of being crushed by it. I've learned to listen to my body, take care of my mind, and reach out when I need support. And maybe most importantly, I've learned to give myself grace. We're all just doing our best. And if your best today is getting out of bed and breathing through the fear, that's more than enough. So if you've ever had a panic attack, if you're dealing with anxiety, or if your brain tells you stories that scare the crap out of you, just know you're not alone. I see you, I've been you, and you are not broken. You are dealing with something incredibly tough. And the fact that you're still here, still showing up, that's powerful. That's brave. That's my story. The worst panic attack I ever had, and how it taught me to finally take my mental health seriously. It's not a story I tell lightly, but I hope it helps someone out there feel less afraid, or at least a little more understood. If this resonated with you in any way, I'd love for you to drop a comment below. Let's keep this conversation going. Let's make this a safe space to talk about the hard stuff. And hey, if you appreciate honest content like this, or you're just curious about how to manage anxiety and live a more grounded life, hit that subscribe button. Seriously, it helps the channel, but more than that, it helps build this little community we're creating here. More stories, more support, and more real talk coming your way. Thanks for being here. Thank you for listening. And as always, don't forget to subscribe to @ZakaPrat. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.